Whether you're a DM, a new player, or a vet, role-playing during a session is one of those things that can either feel great or totally suck. In this video, I'm going to share 3 tips with you that can massively improve your role-playing experience so that you and your party can have more games that feel truly epic. And be sure to watch all the way through to the end of the video because I've got one more special bonus tip for you waiting at the end. So the truth is that role-playing can be intimidating for someone of any experience level, but it's also a huge part of the fun. D&D is first and foremost a role-playing game, but if it doesn't go well, then it can leave you feeling frustrated, unheard, or just plain bored. The worst feeling is ending up in a game that just feels like a slog. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. There are things that you can do in any game to help improve everyone's experience and get you one step closer to playing the kind of D&D that you want to be playing. So with that intro out of the way, let's go on to tip number 1. Let others do the talking. I know, this probably isn't what you expected to hear since you're probably here to try to improve your own role-playing ability, but the truth is that this tip is essential to helping create an environment where the best kind of roleplay can happen. D&D and other TTRPGs are centered around what we call collaborative storytelling. Everyone is there to tell a story together in which everyone can feel proud about their part and the contribution that they make to that story. If you feel so much pressure to carry the burden of the roleplay yourself, you might accidentally end up steamrolling over another person who's just waiting for their moment. If you're a DM, allow your players to just interact with each other. This is a great opportunity for you to just listen to what they have to say and how they're talking to each other and just play off of that. If you're a player, learn to take an action or say a line and then wait to see what other people have to say or what they might want to do. That way everyone has a fair chance just to be able to act out or say what their character would do. Some people may just be shy, but most people who get into playing games like this may want to roleplay on some level and just not feel comfortable yet. Sometimes all certain people need is just a gap in the conversation or in the action to be able to muster up the courage to say or do something in character. Regardless of what role you're playing, practice active listening. The great thing about this tip is that once you hear what others have to say and what they want to do, you get to build off of that in a unique way that you may not have gotten to do otherwise. This game is all about taking turns lifting each other up and building on one another's creativity in a way that creates a shared experience that feels truly epic for everyone. And that brings us to tip number 2. Embrace your character's humanity. This tip is a game changer that will take your one-dimensional character and really give them some depth. As a player or as a DM, we so often get caught up in trying to play our character or NPC as a perfect representation of what we think they should be. But remember, D&D is not about being perfect. It's about creating memorable, multi-dimensional characters that can grow and change over time. Your character's flaws, fears, and idiosyncrasies are what make them relatable and interesting. When you create a character and play in a game of D&D, they become a living, breathing part of the world that you're all building together. Plus, it gives other players opportunities to interact with and support your character in unique ways, helping you with your struggles and covering your weaknesses, deepening the group dynamic and synergy. And for DMs, that should include NPCs, good and bad. Not every one of them has to have some massive, crazy, epic character arc, but allowing for change will open up new opportunities for all kinds of awesome and crazy things to happen in your world. And finally, tip number 3, think big picture. When playing a game of D&D, you're playing in a world that is rich with lore, history, and culture. Engage with it and expand it together. Make your world building a collaborative experience. We often get so focused on the quest that we're on or the combat that's happening that we forget about the big picture. If you're a player, work with your DM to create and learn about your character's homeland and their customs. Ask them how your character's background would affect how they interact with the world around them. If you're a DM, allow your players to have input on how you can add to and improve your world. These details that you create together help to add to everyone's sense of ownership and immerse everyone more deeply. It also encourages everyone to interact with these details in character during roleplay in a way that can feel extremely fulfilling. That can take your game and your world from feeling flat and generic to something that only you guys could have ever possibly created together. Those are my 3 tips for fantastic roleplay and how you can start to have more fun playing D&D. I think that if you're able to implement these 3 tips, almost any game that you sit down and play at can be one that you'll end up remembering for years to come. Finally, the bonus tip that I had mentioned at the beginning of the video. You don't have to roleplay your character for the entire game. In fact, most of the game will probably not be roleplay, but that's okay. If your character is much better at you than something, it's okay to just say, this is what my character would do, and then roll the dice for it. You should roleplay when it's fun for you to do so, and if it's not, then you don't have to. So, what did you think about everything I covered here? Did I miss anything major that you want to add to the conversation? Please comment and let everyone know how they can improve their play experience. If you like this video and would want to see more, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me and help to get me one step closer to being able to create more regular content like this. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. My name is Kai, and this has been Balanced Encounters.